and be able to just be justified under just that phrase of that law, stand your ground in certain states. And again, Trayvon Martin lost his life as a result of that, and there was no penalty given or whatever for George Zimmerman, no kind of way of which he provoked it. If he had just left it alone, stayed in the car, and listened to the dispatcher, Trayvon Martin perhaps would be living today. But the bottom line is that's the negative tone it has, stand your ground. And listening to Pastor Carey today, the way he was dealing with stand your ground was a very positive, very positive. Stand your ground. Don't give up. Dig your heels in. And you look it straight in the eye. You pray about it. You turn it over and give it to the good Lord. You ask for the advice of Almighty God to help you through. No matter what it is, you stand your ground. You stand right there and you look it in the eye. You don't quit. That was Pastor Carey's message this morning. And I wanted to again wish Pastor Carey a happy birthday. Some of you out there that are members of his church, members of his family, you let him know if he's not looking that I gave him a birthday shout out on Herman Holloway Jr. Live. And also let him know, because I called the number on the screen and I got him in his voicemail, extension 100. And I told him I was watching him and I thoroughly enjoyed his message, as I do a lot of Sundays. And I caught the whole message today, and I told him as a result of just being in his presence, being a part of a LAPA meeting that he came to with Justin Wright, Councilman Justin Wright, and having a real good dialogue with members of the board, and Sherry and Sammy and Josie and Ruth and others and myself, you know, and as we talked about LAPA and as we talked about Channel 28 and why things are as they are, that someone may have 1 or 2 hours or something and all the time's taken because time is locked in on Sundays. This is our media. This is the way we get our message out and get a mumble going on in the community, educate the folks or whatever and help them to understand. Such be the case, LAPA needs your full support. Each and every one of you stand by us as we're going down to the wire. As Pastor Carey came to that meeting, and I felt even a bit on edge and uptight, both he and Justin. Justin carried it better than Pastor Carey, because Pastor Carey is perhaps like myself. If something, Sammy too, we're all pretty well alike. If something's really bugging, you're going to see it in our facial expression. And that's just the way it is. And that's not a negative, but that's our personalities. And anyway, as the meeting went on, and some things were said, and it got a little heated there for a moment or two. But the fact of the matter is, we settled down. We became able to talk and dialogue and explain things to Pastor Carey. And his comments began to be, well, I didn't realize that. I didn't know that. And you can't know if you're not there, but then I know he's busy. And I said to him, Pastor Carey, I know you can't make all the meetings, but LAPA is open. When we call the meetings, we announce them on the TV and whatnot over and over again on Sunday. If you can't make it, have a reliable member of your church to come to the meetings when we call for folks to come and be a part of these meetings. We did it for several years every week. And I don't see how Josie and Cherry Congo and Sammy and them, even the late Charles Smith, Ruth Baker, I don't see how they were able to hang in as they did, but they did. And I'm the first to admit that I was absent a lot of those meetings. But Ruth or Cherry or Josie would call me, and when I was really needed, I was right there, front and center, being helpful. And so were others that couldn't make those regular meetings, excuse me. But I want to say that I called the number after Pastor Carey went off the air. And I said to him, Brother Carey, was my message. I said, Brother Carey, I'm watching you as you're going off the air. Thoroughly enjoyed your show. Thoroughly enjoyed your preaching and teaching this morning. And I'm starting to get into you as you're doing your sermon over the airways. And I said, I begin after the first couple meetings at Neighborhood House, of which things I had heard and some things, the way you come into the meetings and things you said, I had drew a picture of you, the Reverend Dr. Pastor Christopher Carey. And I said, you know, I said, as time went on, and as the good Lord shall have it, mainly the meeting, the last meeting we were in with LAPA, and how you were man enough to back off and even apologize for some things. Him and Sammy got into it pretty good over an issue. And when he realized where he was on it, he was very humble. He apologized. The guys just let it go. And Sammy was getting ready to leave the room. He was so hostile about it. And he come back and sat down and pulled himself back together. And the gentleman joined us in understanding and talking. And Pastor Carey went out of there, as I understand later on in a phone call to Cherry and to Ruth, that he is a supporter of Lapa. That's a man. That's a man for you. That will recognize if he feel he was wrong or taking the wrong position and come back and look you in the eye or call and say, hey, look, I blew that one. I didn't understand this or that or this. Thank you for educating me. I stand with you and I want to be a part of Lapa. That's a man. So Pastor Carey, I salute you. God bless you on your birthday. God bless you. And I look forward to working with you. I even said, folks, in my message, that if you're going to be in town and not celebrating your birthday, I invite you to join me here tonight, 6 p.m. on my program, because I wanted to make these comments while Pastor Carey was sitting here. He said he doesn't have cable down the house. Maybe he's visiting somewhere that has cable. And maybe he's seeing my show tonight. And everybody that watches Herman Holloway Jr. Live know that I say what I mean what I say, and I don't come playing games or just trying to butter anybody up. I have taken a liking to the personality and the person in the name of the Reverend Dr. Christopher Carey. And I close by saying that I look forward to working much closer with you in Southbridge and all over our community. I look forward to working and supporting you at Ezon Fair and anything you got going on. And I know as we talked, you feel the very same way about me and the Martin Luther King Center. So again, happy birthday, brother. And those of you sitting out there looking, those of you that are members of his church, call him up and put it on his voicemail right now so that you don't forget it. I want him to know that I shared this publicly over the airways. And I don't take the use of my airways lightly, okay? Having said that, let me shift to the Wilmington Housing Authority, Martin Luther King Center. Martin Luther King Center first, a drug education prevention program. We're now going to be working and sponsoring, asking for partners and those to join us, friends of Kingcenter, as we've always had. Become a friend of Kingcenter and help us. Help us raise money for the campaign for the poster billboard, Ed and I. Help us to be a part of getting the word out. We're talking about going out and visiting civic associations and helping them to understand that rather than just fussing and complaining in your meetings about the problems and leaving there and nothing being done, the fact of the matter is we're all in it together. We want to stop those boogers. We want to help save a life. We all got to do it. We got to get involved. 888-1800. Martin Luther King Center Drug Education Prevention Program is a part of this, is spearheading it as a part of its sponsorship, working with Ed, who's working very hard, who designed the poster. He designed that poster and the billboards and the bumper stickers and whatnot. We're going to have a fantastic campaign going over the next week to 10 days. You watch it as we unfold it, and I'm sure you'll agree. I hope that you heard us on WDEL with the Flaherty brothers. It was very interesting, got a little hot there as we went on to announce the campaign. But the bottom line is, it was a very, very good show. I thoroughly enjoyed those guys and listen to them almost every day, and I enjoy them. And lastly, Martin Luther King Center needs some help, volunteers, our hotline, 654-3430. God knows we need you. We need you in all of this. Join us. Give us a call. Stop by. Till next time, next week, 1 o'clock, and then again 6. God bless you.
Osborne's Auto Repair, serving downtown Wilmington for 30 years. Delaware State certified in auto emissions. We do tune-ups, brakes, air conditioning, all car needs. Stop in and see Ed Osborne or his son, Ed Osborne Jr. That's Osborne's Auto Repair, 658-0377, or visit us on the web at osbornesauto.com. Stop in and see Osborne's.
Discover the new Moyer Academy in Wilmington, a public charter school for middle and high school students ready to realize their full potential. A low student-to-staff ratio ensures each child receives the education he or she deserves, encouraging academic success with an emphasis on personal responsibility. Moyer instructional methods include both traditional classroom and teacher-enhanced online courses. Moyer's two-building campus features smartboard technology in every class, a full computer lab, art studios, gymnasiums, and on-site physical and mental wellness programs. Year-round sports, after-school activities, and clubs, and free transportation are just a few of the extras that make Moyer the perfect choice for so many families. Is Moyer right for your 6th through 12th grader? Call 302-428-9501 today to arrange a personal visit or get to know us at a weekly open house. See our website for upcoming dates.
I'm still trusting. I'm still holding on. Anybody still holding on to what I believe? Still motivated.
Still motivated.
Fully persuaded.
Fully persuaded. I'm still standing.
I'm still standing.
In my heart.
Come on, Atlanta. Come on, I can hear you make some noise.
I'm still standing.
I'm still trusting.
I'm still trusting.
I'm still holding on.
I'm still holding on
To what
I believe.
still motivated.
Still motivated.
Fully persuaded.
That's in my